Umberto Eco was one of the preeminent scholars in the field of semiotics, the study of signs and how they are interpreted. Eco built upon the seminal work of Charles Sanders Peirce and Ferdinand de Saussure to establish a comprehensive theoretical framework for understanding semiotics. At the core of Eco's semiotic philosophy was the relationship between signs and the meanings, functions, and connections they represent within various contexts. According to Eco, a sign is anything that stands for or represents something else to an interpreter. The meaning of a sign is not inherent to the sign itself, but rather emerges from the interpretant, the person interpreting the sign. Interpretation thus depends heavily on context, both situational and cultural. The meaning and significance of a sign can differ between contexts and interpreters with diverse backgrounds. Eco emphasized that there are no fixed meanings or interpretations in semiotics. Eco proposed a triadic model of the sign, consisting of the representamen, the object, and the interpretant. The representamen is the form the sign takes, such as a word, image, or symbol. The object is the concept or thing the sign represents. And the interpretant is the sense that is made of the sign, the meaning derived by the interpreter. The interpretant then becomes a new sign to be interpreted. This process forms endless semiotic chains of interpretation. Two other key concepts in Eco's semiotic philosophy are codes and encyclopedia. Codes are rule-governed systems of signs that provide constraints on interpretation. Social and cultural contexts supply individuals with a multitude of codes that shape how signs are produced and interpreted. The encyclopedia refers to the vast, interconnected system of knowledge and meanings in a society that determines what can function as a sign. The encyclopedia is the source from which signs emerge and the sphere in which interpretations are negotiated. Eco also made a critical distinction between open and closed texts. Open texts have multiple potential meanings and lend themselves to diverse interpretations, while closed texts have a more fixed meaning and limited interpretive possibilities. Eco considered ambiguity and polysemia, or multiplicity of meanings, to be characteristics of open texts. Closed texts tend to be more didactic or propaganda-based. Eco believed open texts allow for richer engagements between authors, texts, and readers. In summary, Umberto Eco was instrumental in establishing semiotics as an influential branch of contemporary philosophy. Through his eloquent writings, Eco examined the critical relationship between signs and interpretation. His triadic model of the sign, concepts of codes and encyclopedia, and dichotomy of open and closed texts contributed original and compelling ideas to the study of meaning-making in human societies. Eco's work made clear that there is no meaning without interpretation and no understanding without context. Dear friends, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed our podcast. Take care, and please don't forget to subscribe.